Hello, I am Melissa Forziat. I'm a keynote speaker, and when I speak, my topic is Take the Donut, another way to say Carpe Diem. And from time to time, when I do my Take the Donut interviews, I'll jump on here and share what I was thinking as I was having that conversation, or maybe even some of the conversation that came up afterwards. And I just had to share with you that I just had an opportunity to interview Mandi Damman, who is the executive chief engineer, autonomous electric vehicles at General Motors. So I had a chance to meet Mandi. I did a keynote and a leadership workshop at the Automotive News Leading Women Conference. And Mandi, so we were both at the speakers table because Mandi was a panelist for one of the panels and gave so much wisdom, so much advice. And I had a chance to speak with her about her story as well. She is for me in my world a rare case of somebody who got started with one company very early in her life and stayed with them and it has stayed with them to present day. So many people that I know have made lateral moves, have jumped to different companies, have made jumps to different industries, and Mandi has had a consistency, but she has grown within the company, and that's something that we were talking about because she feels like she doesn't feel like it's that interesting to say I stayed at the same company all this time, but I think it's really interesting that she's continued to bloom within one company, knowing that you have to continue to leave some people behind on the journey as you move to the next opportunity. And she's had to maintain all of those relationships and really, continue to cultivate throughout that time that she continued to move forward. And, something that we were reflecting on is that when I spoke at this conference, so many people that I know, when I said I was going to speak at the Leading Women Conference for Automotive News, they were like, there are women in the automotive industry. That is something that people were actually saying to me, people in my life. And yeah, there are women in the automotive industry. There were amazing women who were at that conference, and so many incredible women who were speakers. And because of the type of comment that I was fielding over and over again about there are women in the automotive industry, I realized how very important it was that a conference like this existed. So Mandi and I had an opportunity to talk a little bit after her interview was done about what it means to be a woman who's gaining more power in the automotive industry. And, when she started her career way back when, as a teenager, basically, she didn't know that she was going to be a woman in power. She didn't know that she was going to be a woman leader in her industry. She didn't know that she'd be a mentor. She didn't know that she'd be maybe an influencer, if you would call it that. People look to her and they get wisdom from her and they get inspiration from her. And that's not necessarily something that she signed up for way back when, but it's a role that she's been embodying, that she's grown into, that she appreciates. And it's something that's extra. It's on top of the work that she does day to day to get her job done. But this is something she does to grow the industry from the inside. And I really thought that was a fascinating thing to be able to speak with a woman in a position like that and to learn a little bit more about what that actually means when you have that responsibility on your shoulders. And do you take it with you? Do you just lead by example, or do you stop down and take time to talk with people and really cultivate other people's growth? Mandi has been taking time to cultivate other people's growth. And so it was just fascinating to have that side conversation with her. And I wanted to take a minute to reflect on that here. When somebody is in a position of power and there aren't a lot of other people who look like them, what does that actually mean for them? It's like double the workload in some ways if they want to take that on. And so I so appreciate Mandi jumping on and talking with me. If you haven't had a chance to check out that interview, be sure to do that. Mandi Damman had so many amazing things to say. And if you're a woman in the automotive industry, I hope that you'll find it inspiring. And if you're anybody else, I hope you'll find it inspiring as well. Go out there, everyone. Get inspiration and get donuts. Bye.